hope you have a wonderful day. My name is Eva, and in this video I talk about binge eating and my experience with it and how I overcame it. And yeah, because I really believe that a lot of people struggle with it, unfortunately, and I think it's such a pity and so sad. Because it's so useless, you don't have to struggle, and yeah, people struggle so many years with it, waste so much time because basically it's a waste of time and energy and it's harming you, and you don't have to. So my experience with it was before I turned even vegan. I was vegetarian with 12 and I was like struggling with like counting calories because my dream back then was to become a model and did not happen. But I really like wanted to be in like a good shape and started to restrict my calories and started to not eat enough. And whenever you restrict your calories, in the end you will end out to binge on food. Like you will maybe restrict your calories during the week, and then on the weekend you're going to have, sorry for my English, you're going to have your binge days where you just binge out. You cannot stop eating, and then you feel so bad, so guilty, so disgusting, and some people throw up. I threw up once and it was so bad, and I don't want to do it because it's, for me, it's so disrespectful, not only towards your body because you harm your body when you throw up, but also towards like people who are starving. I mean, we in our society, we have so much food and we throw out food and we throw it away, and it's so disgusting that we have so much that we throw it out and people are starving on the other side of the world, and that's just not morally or ethically, and I don't like it at all. So I think that at that moment I was quite at a low point, and then I was like, okay, I have to change it. And it really changed when I went vegan, when I ate more healthy food, more fruits and vegetables, when I allowed myself to eat a lot more food in general. That really helped me, because the thing is, when you start to eat a lot more abundance of fresh fruit and vegetables, especially fruit, you can eat so much. You can really, like, I'm eating so much fruit and vegetables every day on a raw vegan diet, fruit-based raw vegan diet, and I feel great, and I don't really gain so much weight, which is like magic. It's really like magic. And in my videos I never show my body, but if you go on Instagram, you can, like, I post videos about my dancing, so you can check out my body there and see that I'm not overweight, I'm not too skinny. I really love my body. And yeah, so definitely it's really that simple to just, whenever you feel like you're binging, first eat as many fruits and vegetables as you can, like until you're so full. Then you don't have to feel guilty afterwards, because it's just fruit and vegetables and you will be hungry in 5 hours again or 4 hours again. And fruit and vegetables, always keep in mind, it does not make you fat. It's full of vitamins, minerals, nutrients, so it's just so good for you. It makes your skin glow. And yeah, and that's really what helped me. So first, not just first just focusing on eating as much fruit and vegetables as possible, and to always remind myself that when you're on a fruit-based raw vegan diet or a vegan diet, especially fruit-based, you can eat so much delicious food. And I think that a fruit-based diet, raw vegan diet, is the only diet where you really have to stop restricting, and you have to stop restriction, because when you restrict on a fruit-based raw vegan diet, you're just like, it's so easy to fall back to going back to eating vegan or animal products. So when you go fruit-based raw vegan, eat enough calories. Don't fear calories. Maybe your body needs some time to adjust. Maybe you have some weight gain, weight loss. It fluctuates a little bit, but in the end, when you go fruit-based raw vegan, your body is like, he knows exactly how much you need. Then you will be just hungry when you're hungry, and you will be full when you're full, and it's perfect. There's like, when you go fruit-based raw vegan, there's no need to overeat. And for me, especially when I focus on fruit, for example, bananas, peaches, pineapple, watermelon, etc. And I don't eat that many nuts and seeds. It is so easy to just eat until you're full, be totally satisfied, and have a super healthy, amazing body. That's really, really nice. Really nice, really nice. And that's how I overcame binge eating, because on YouTube I recently it was so late so I watched a video about like people who binge eat, and they eat so much, like a croissant, and then they eat bread and pasta, and they cannot stop eating. And I'm just like, dude, why don't you eat fruit? Like, if you would just binge on watermelon, you would just feel so satisfied. And I'm like, why do people not notice that if they would binge on fruit like strawberries, peaches, bananas, like it would be so much better. But yeah, it's just sad that there's not this level of consciousness out there yet. But we're going to change that. And another thing that I want to talk about a raw vegan diet, and that some people struggle with, and I struggle with as well sometimes, is going to restaurants. Because for me it's not my favorite thing since going raw vegan, because usually the salads are like not that good because people don't know what salads really could be like. So it's just some tiny leaves and some olive oil and some vinegar, and you pay 10 euros for it, and you're just like, this is a joke, this is ridiculous. So I don't like to go to restaurants that often. What I do if I have to go to restaurants is, in advance, I just maybe try to influence the people if you go to a buffet, so where you can get your own salads and you can eat as much as you want, because I eat a lot from vegetables, so that's the cheapest option. But if your roommates, no, your friends don't want to go, then that's fine. Then either I just check if the salad is good in Google Pictures, on Google Maps, if the restaurant has good salads. And if I'm, for example, really don't feel like it, I personally believe it's okay to just go there and just drink tea or drink a smoothie or something. You don't have to eat, and that's really, really what helps me, because sometimes there are just no raw vegan option. And for me, I don't feel like bringing my own food to restaurants. For me, it does not feel polite. If I go to a restaurant and bring my own food, it's just like, I don't know, I don't think it's nice. So I just, if there's really no raw vegan option, um, then I just gonna drink some tea, and that's completely okay. That's super, super fine. You don't, like, for example, I was on a trip with my family, and they ate a lot of food and went eating to lunch, dinner, breakfast, a lot. And if I would have eaten as much as, for example, my dad, I would be like so full. And so I was just sometimes just went with them to have dinner or something, just to spend time with them. And I just had a tea, and they had their huge meat and fast food and stuff like this. Yeah, so you really have, I think in the beginning it's very uncomfortable because you're not doing the same as they do. But if you do it a lot more times, it's really not that bad, because in the end you're there for company. You're there to be with your friends or your family, and you're not necessarily there to eat the food. So this was really a mental shift that helped me a lot to deal with social situations. And if I have the opportunity to be invited somewhere, I always bring my own food, because I never want people to prepare something raw vegan for me. I don't like it. So I always bring my own food. And there, especially if you have a dehydrator, you can do amazing raw vegan creations that are super similar to cooked food. And if you don't have a dehydrator, no problem. You can also really create delicious recipes just with a blender or just with your hands. Yeah, take some time, but it's really amazing. Especially what I found to be very, very efficient or not efficient is raw vegan sweets, because, for example, raw vegan brownies, all of that, because people really always love sweets obviously, because people are frugivores. So if you bring that, it's gonna be super like a hit. Or if you bring a fruit salad or something. And yeah, and I can really encourage you to just repeat it, because I realized, because I had like a struggle with eating disorders. So for me, going to restaurants was always like, also when I was not vegan, was always like so much fear and so much discomfort and so much sadness. So that for me, it really took some time to like going to restaurants again. And yeah, if you're at that moment where you don't like it, or where it's just a huge fear for you, then I can just really recommend to just go and practice, because the more you practice something, the easier it gets. And always remember, you're living your life for yourself. So the most important thing is to have integrity with yourself. You're not living it with other people, because once I was on a trip with friends, and then like we went hiking and we were so hungry, so we went to a restaurant and there were no raw vegan options. So I just was like, okay, I'm gonna have a vegan like bread, and I did not feel good after it, not because of the bread, but because of me not being authentic to myself, because I know like I feel my best when I'm eating raw vegan, and that's who I am, who I want to be. And if I eat, for example, vegan for other people, it just feels like I'm not in alignment with myself, and that's not who I want to be, that's not how I want to live. I want, like, my goal is really to be in alignment with myself, and that's who I want to be, what I want to do. And you are also allowed to do that, because it's your life. You live your life for yourself and not for other people. So this is my video for today. I really hope that you enjoyed it. Eat enough fruit. You deserve it to feel amazing. You deserve it to have amazing skin. And yeah, and I thank you so much for being on this video with me. If you like it, please give it a like. If you want more videos about raw food, like tips, tricks, etc., then subscribe to my channel. I'm gonna make a lot more videos in the following years. So yeah, I think it's also interesting to see if you've subscribed for some time, to see my progress. I think that's just interesting. So thank you so much for watching this video, for being here with me. For my subscribers, it means a lot. It's like we're creating this amazing community, which is so nice. And yeah, and that's it for today. See you in my next video. And before I forget, if you want like more inspiration that is free, you can subscribe to my email newsletter, because I try, like, I don't have that much time, but I try to make like emails where I share information or recipes with you, so that I can encourage you on a more like one-to-one interaction to eat more fruit and vegetables. So yeah, this is it for this video. So much love to you, and see you in my next video. Bye!